Good evening everyone, welcome to Officers are 24/7. So I am here to share information with all of you that is regarding for your Indian economy, Indian financial system subject. As you all know, this is the new subject that has been added by IIBF for this particular financial year. It means from May 2023, this new subject has been introduced in your paper of JAIIB. So if I talk about Indian economy, Indian financial system, as I have told you also earlier, that this particular subject covers the two individual subjects in the one syllabus. If I talk about the Indian economy, Indian financial system, it covers four modules, module A, B, C and D. Out of these four modules, the starting two modules A and B are the part of your Indian economy. And this Indian economy you all have studied in your school timing, or maybe some of you have done graduation in that also. So this is a module A and B covers a part of syllabus that is related to your Indian economy subject. Okay, and if I talk about the module C and D, that is the Indian financial system, and this Indian financial system covers the old syllabus of your principles and practice of banking. So it's very obvious the Indian financial system is more related to your banking operations, banking functions and the products and services that banks provide, because it's a part of your principles and practices of banking subject. And as the name suggests, Indian financial system, and the mediators who are making it possible to perform the services of financial system, those mediators are the banks of our country. So the Indian financial system, the module C and D covers your PPP syllabus, and the Indian economy, that is module A and B, covers the theory based concepts related to your Indian economy. Okay, so let's start the session. But before starting the session, those candidates who have already joined us here, do let me know is audio video both are okay. And also if you know someone who is preparing for the October JAIIB exam, do share the session with them also, so that they will be also know that how to start preparation for this particular subject and how to distribute the time for the preparation, so that definitely you will be getting 60 plus marks in this particular subject. And a very important point is that the Indian economy, Indian financial system it's a new introduced subject in your JAIIB, as well as the toughest paper that has been given by the IIBF in May 2023 out of all the four subjects of your JAIIB. Okay, so let's just start. So this is our today's topic, in which we are going to discuss like how to distribute the marks of Indian economy, Indian financial system, and which section is easier to score more for the selection. So as you all know that to get selected in the JAIIB, you have to get 50 marks each in individual subject, and overall you need a particular 50% marks in overall paper. It means 200 is required, right? So this is what I am talking about here. Indian economy, Indian financial system, only I am going to talk about the single subject of your, not overall passing criteria. Today I am not going to discuss that. So first of all, let's discuss about this particular subject. And you can see these are the four modules in your Indian economy, Indian financial system, and you can see the first module talks about the Indian economic architecture. It means when you heard the term economy, so you have to relate that economy with a subject that is economics. Now, why I am saying that you have to relate this economy term with your subject economics? Because economy is what? Economy is simply a system. What is economy? If you are talking about economy, what is economy? Economy is simply a system. And when you talk about a system, what does happen under this particular system? The system covers the production, distribution, distribution and consumption of goods and services. Of what? Of goods and services. So this system is your economy. Like we talk about Indian economy, we talk about USA's economy, China's economy, Pakistan's economy, Japan's economy. Economy is what? It's a system of that particular country you are talking about, in which the production, distribution and consumption of goods and services will be done. So what this particular economy is about? So why you have to study about this particular production, distribution, consumption of goods and services in any particular country? If you're talking about India, why it is required to study this? Because in every country the resources are scarce. What are resources? Or I can say it is very basic to understand that there is a scarcity of resources. There is a scarcity of resources in each and every country. Now, what does scarcity means? It means the resources which is required to fulfill our needs and wants, it's very limited, right? Those resources are very limited. But when it comes to the needs and wants, we have what? We have unlimited needs and wants. We have what? We have unlimited needs and wants. So if we talk about any particular economy, these are the two basic criteria, or these are the two basic things which can be seen in each and every country. Like every country have a very scarce resources, or I can say very limited resources that is not sufficient to fulfill our unlimited needs and wants. And because of this reason, because the resources are limited and we have more needs and wants, that's why we have to make a kind of management, we have to make a kind of management that we will do allocation of the resources, we will do the allocation of resources in such a sense that needs will be fulfilled, This is the objective of particular economics. This is the objective of particular economics. As we know, resources are limited and needs and wants are unlimited. So we have to make a proper management in which we will be distributing our resources in such a sense, or we will be allocating our resources in such a way that each and every person's needs will be fulfilled, or maximum needs will be fulfilled, right? And how you can do that? All this will be done with the help of economics. All will be done with the help of economics. This all will be done with the help of economics. And what is economics? Simply when you are studying, when you study the economy, that is known as economics. So the study of economy is what? Economics. And what we are doing actually in the economics, we are making a kind of management, we are making a kind of arrangement in which we are distributing our resources in such a way that each and every person's unlimited needs and wants will be fulfilled. And that's why whenever you heard the word economy, you have to relate that with the economics. Okay, I hope it is clear. Let me know in the comment section, is this concept is clear to all of you? So why this is required to understand when you start reading the Indian economy and Indian financial system? Because the module A and B talks about your economics. It talks about economy. So the module A and B going to let you understand that how this economy works. Whenever I will be demanding goods and services, how that goods and services will reach to me, how my needs will be fulfilled, what is the process of production, how distribution will be done, how consumption will be done, how I am paying money to the producer or the seller or the particular person, merchant, and how that particular person is making goods and services available for me at the time when it is required. Let's say, for example, if I'm asking for a pen right now to teach in the class, then it is my need, it is my want. And how to be fulfilled that? For that, we have to understand the process of economics, like how this management is going to be done, how this is going to be followed. So that is what we are talking about. In the module A, you have to study the Indian economic architecture. Like whatever you are seeing, you have heard about inflation, you have heard about monetary policy, you have heard about the budget of government of India, you have heard about the demand and supply of a country, you have heard about, say, so many theories that has been introduced to make sure that the inflation will be reduced, the economic growth will be done, economic development of the country will be done. Now, how this is done? Now, how India is at this position where we can see India right now, where we have around 6 to 7% growth in annual growth. So we have to cover in the Indian economic architecture from the pre-independence era, when the Britishers used to be in the country, when they were ruling us. At that time, how Indian economy used to work, and right now how it is working. So from the history, from very early history, from the British era, we have to study like from there how we have reached this position where India is the fastest growing economy in the world. That is what the architecture of Indian economy. Like we have to study how we have reached at this particular situation, or at this particular condition, or at this particular position in the world where India is the fastest growing economy in the world. So this is what the architecture is. Then second, we have economic concepts related to banking. So it's very obvious. If you talk about inflation, if we talk about inflation, inflation is simply an economic term. but it is related to our banking system. How? Because RBI changes the policy rates, RBI increase the policy rates or RBI decrease the policy rates that directly impact the inflation in our country. So this is what we are talking about in the module B, that economic concepts which are related to banking. If RBI is increasing the policy rates of repo, reverse repo, bank rate, SDF, etc., that is directly going to impact the inflation of a country. And this inflation is going to impact the further economic growth and economic development of a country. So this is the RBI's monetary policy is the banking concept that is related to our economics. And these type of chapters we have to cover under the module B. Okay. Now, apart from that, if I talk about module C and D are the part of your Indian financial system. The first one is Indian financial architecture. Now, if I talk about the financial system, as I have told you that Indian financial system covers the module C and D of yours. So, this financial system, what this financial system means? It's simply in the paid class, we have already covered this particular unit of your Indian financial system. First unit we have covered. So, financial system is a system in which exchange of funds will be done among the persons who have surplus money and the persons who have deficit of money. It's very obvious. Let's say, for example, I want to start a business. Okay, fine. I am earning in Adda 24/7. I am getting a salary from here. I am getting whatever the money I am earning in a year. That is sufficient for me to fulfill my needs and wants. That's why I am not poor. And I do not come under the below poverty line category. I do not come under the poverty line. So why I am not coming under that? Because I am earning a certain amount of money and that is sufficient to purchase basic needs and basic wants, whatever I have, like the food, shelter, clothes, primary education, clean drinking water, etc. These are the basic needs. So I am not poor because I am earning in Adda 24/7 and I am getting the salary paid that is sufficient to buy or to fulfill the basic needs of mine, right? But if I want to start my own business, that salary is not sufficient. So in that situation, I will be the person, when I am starting a business, I will be the person who have a deficit of money, who needs money. And where I will get money? From where I will get money? From the persons who have sufficient money. Like Mr. Ambani has sufficient money. More than sufficient money he has, right? In case of basic needs will be fulfilled, obviously. Now, if in comparison between Mr. Ambani and me, I am the person who needs some money, right? So, Mr. Ambani puts his money in the banks as a deposit, FD, RD or savings account, whatever way he wants to deposit. That money from the banks, that money is the surplus money of Mr. Ambani. He put that money in the bank and that money will be given to me by the bank as a loan. So, he is the person who has surplus money. I am the person who needs money. That's the deficit of money with me. So, the exchange of funds among these categories of money is known as financial system, and it will be done with the help of banks, NBFCs or money markets or capital market. These are the mediators who help us to exchange the fund from the persons who have surplus money and the persons who have deficit of money. And this is what the financial system is. And in the module C, we have to cover the architecture of Indian financial system. It means we have to study here, like when we demand for the money, when we demand for the loan, when we demand for the credit, how the system works. What is the role of bank in that? What are the roles of NBFCs? What are the role of primary dealers? What is the role of money market or capital market on any other market? So that's what we have to study in the architecture and how the banking system evolved. Like the first Bank of India was established in the year 1770. That was the Bank of Hindustan. And that was the year in which India has introduced the formal financial system in its country. So we have to study like from since 1770 till now how banking system evolved. That we have to study. Like what are the different financial product and services has been introduced. From then till now, how many financial market has been introduced. That all we have to cover in the Indian financial architecture. Okay. Now, module D, the financial product and services. Simply all the financial products and services that is provided by banks and NBFCs and other financial institutions that will be covered here. Like the types of deposits, the types of liability, The deposits are the liability of a bank. So demand deposit, term deposit is there. If you talk about asset classification, because bank provide loans and advances, so that we have to cover. Different types of collateral will be taken by bank when bank is providing loan to the customers. So all those types of product and services will be covered under the financial products and services. Not only banking, but the money market instrument, capital market instrument, forex market instrument, all will be covered under the module D. YouTube series will be continued from Monday, and the timing I will be informing you all in a particular short. So I will make a shorts about the classes, like when the YouTube series is going to start and what will be the timing. You will get that particular short tomorrow, and from Monday we are starting a proper series. Okay. 7 p.m. class was the demo session for Indian economy, Indian financial system, Unicorn, and now that's a paid batch. So that was the only 5-day demo available on YouTube. Now, if you want to join those particular classes, you have to enroll in a paid batch. And on YouTube, we will be starting a particular series, but that information I will be giving you tomorrow. So this is the module C and D you have to cover, and you can check here if we talk about if you want a particular batch only for the single subject that is available, started from 19th of June, it's still going on. We have started the module C here. Okay, and right now 81% discount is also going on in that particular batch. Now you can see the difference between Indian economy and Indian financial system part. The Indian economy covers module A and B, that covers around 40% weightage in your paper. And the module CD of Indian financial system covers 60% weightage of your Indian financial system in the paper. Okay, and this is based on your May 2023 paper. In May 2023, we have seen 40:60 ratio was there. And the Indian economy part will be theoretical part. Like you have to learn the theories. You have to learn the definitions like what is microeconomy, what is macroeconomy, what is capitalistic economic system, what is socialistic economic system, what is monetary policy, what is inflation, what is disinflation, what is reflation. These you have to cover. So it's a theory based, but theory you have to understand with the concept, because they are not directly going to ask you write the definition of macroeconomics or write the definition of capitalistic economic system. No, they are going to give you MCQ, like they are going to give you option based questions there, and for that you have to understand the theory with the concept. Like if you are reading the definition, make sure you understand the concept of that particular definition. And in the Indian economy, you will find the data based questions also, like what is the current economic growth of the country at the time of independence, how much contribution of Indian economy was there in the overall world trade, or in the national income, what was the contribution of different sectors of economy, that is agriculture, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Agriculture is also known as your primary sector. So the distribution of these sectors in your national income, the distribution of these sectors in the trading system of the country, that you have to cover. So that Indian economy will cover the database questions also. Now, if I talk about Indian financial system, that is totally conceptual based questions. Concepts is important in Indian economy as well as in Indian financial system, but the major difficult questions can be seen from the Indian financial system because that is totally dependent on concepts. Overall conceptual understanding is very important for Indian financial system modules. Okay, so this is the major difference between these two. Now, if you see the name of topics, you will understand that why one is theory plus concept and database, and why the other one is your only conceptual. So you can see here first overview of Indian economy, the sectors of economy, economic planning. In the economic planning in India, you have to check like how much growth a particular 5-year plan has given to country. Like we know there are 12 5-year plans that was launched by Planning Commission in the country, and out of those 12 5-year plans, and out of those 12 5-year plans, each and every plan has particular target growth rate. In every 5-year plan, a particular target growth rate has been decided. Let's say, for example, in the first 5-year plan, we have decided we will get a target rate of 6%. But what we have achieved in comparison to target, that was only 5.5%, let's say. So that is the database question that you have to cover here. Now, the infrastructure, social infrastructure, the globalization, economic reforms, foreign trade policy. In the foreign trade policy, policy, again you have to cover the datas, because in the foreign trade policy certain duty scripts has been given, like how much discount will be given, custom duty will be off in a particular product, how much custom duty will be charged, etc. So that you have to cover here. The foreign investment, economic development, international organization like World Bank, WTO, IMF we have to cover, and their data so we have to cover. Like IMF and World Bank has given us a loan at the time of LPG policy, if you remember, we have covered that topic already. So in 1991, World Bank and IMF have given us the loan. So how much help they have given to India, grants or loan, that we have to cover. Now sustainable development goals and climate change issue, there are 17 sustainable development goals that you have to remember by the numbers. Issues that Indian economy is facing, the problems Indian economy is facing, that we have to cover. Now in the module B, you can see fundamentals of economics, the branches of economics, that is micro and macroeconomics, type of economics you have to cover. Demand and supply. Now here you have to cover certain curves. The demand curve, supply curve will be there. Elasticity of demand, elasticity of supply you have to cover here. Money supply inflation, then theories of interest, business cycle has 4 phases that you have to cover. Monetary policy, fiscal policy again is database question can be asked from here. The national accounts and GDP concept is simply your national income and aggregates you have to cover, like GDP, GNP, NDP, NNP, that you have to cover here. And the union budget, that's also a database chapter. So you can see here the chapters will cover the concept with the theory plus the data you have to cover. But in case of module C and D, the whole chapters are your what? The whole chapters are your conceptual chapter. You have to study Indian financial system, Indian banking structure, you have to study how many types of banks are there. Then Banking Regulation Act, RBI Act, Payment and Settlement System Act, Negotiable Instrument Act, these are the certain important acts. Out of that, these 2 are very important. Now development of financial institution. Now development financial institutions are NABARD, SIDBI, Exim Bank, NHB, these you have to cover. Then microfinance institution, their types, NBFCs, their type, insurance companies, Indian financial system, regulators are RBI, SEBI, SIDBI, not the SIDBI, sorry, RBI, SEBI, Adda, PFRDA, TRAI, all these are the regulators. What are their role, what are their functions, that you have to cover. Reforms, the recent changes that has been done by RBI in banking system, like RBI has introduced NEFT, RTGS for 24/7 services now. RBI has allowed that now the RRB can participate in all instruments of money market. So these are the reforms, these are the changes. Now the financial market, there are 3 types of major financial market: money market, capital market and forex market, that we have to cover in detail. Now how these markets are connected to each other. If you remember, I have given you an example in the demo sessions of Indian economy, Indian financial system. Like if the crude oil prices are rising at the international market, that is going to impact my salary, that is going to impact you also, that is going to impact each and every individual in the country also. Because if the crude oil prices are rising, the transportation cost is going to rise. If the transportation cost is rising, this pen will be costlier, this watch will be costlier, these rings will be costlier, these clothes will be costlier. And in that situation, I have to pay more for that. And if I have to pay more for my basic needs and wants, so I will be asking for more salary from the 24/7. In that situation, company have to earn more money, or company have to get more investments, so that the company will be able to give money to the employees. So this is how the crude oil prices at the international market is impacting each and every one of us. And that's what we have to cover, like how these markets are interconnected with each other. Then the merchant banking service, a very important chapter and only type of banking that is regulated by SEBI, and very important because maximum number of questions has been asked from here. Then the derivative market, factoring, forfeiting, this or a joint venture, venture capital, lease finance, hire purchase, all these are the alternate source of finance. All are what? These are the alternate source of finance. Right. Now the mutual fund, insurance product, pension products, para banking, financial service provided by banks, then the real estate investment trust, infrastructure investment trust, all we have to cover. So you can see the modules C and D do not talks about data. It's simply the terminologies you have to remember, the terms you have to remember. Okay, now a certain important thing, that is the key takeaways from the paper. So as we know, in May 2023 paper, your Indian economy, Indian financial system was the subject that has been newly launched. And in that you can see The key takeaways are most question was asked from module C and D, because you know the principles and practices of banking is one of the subject of your JAIIB, and it is totally related to the functions of a bank and what you guys are doing in a bank. So the PPB old syllabus was divided in the Indian financial system. So maximum question has been asked from the module C and D. That's the first takeaway. The second takeaway is that the total weightage of module C and D was around 55 to 60 marks. So you can see up to 60% weightage was there from the module C and D. Then you can see statement based questions was there. Statement based questions are lengthy questions and they need more detailed conceptual understanding, because without concepts you won't be able to answer the questions here, because they will give you a question in which they will ask which of the following is correct or incorrect, and they will give you, let's say, 1, 2, 3 statements, and niche A, B, C, D options will be given to you. So you have to know all these 3 statements. You have to have a knowledge of all these 3 statements until and unless you are not able to answer this question. Okay, so this is very important. So the another key takeaway was all questions were based on concept. Nothing was like out of your syllabus. All was related to the questions. Okay, and then marks distribution was like 0.5, 1 and 2. This was the marks distribution. This is the old pattern that used to be there earlier also. Now, apart from that, the important question asked from, the most questions asked from in your paper are from this particular topic. The first, banking structure, module C. Second, banking laws, RBI Act, Banking Regulation Act, 1934 RBI, 1949 Banking Regulation Act. Then we have mutual fund insurance scheme, that is module D of yours. Then business venture, module D again, the financial product and services. Capital market, merchant banking was asked, capital market. Now banking services again, module CD. Para banking, module D. Then factor and forfeiting, module D. Then you have capital market, module D, module C. Money market, module C. Forex market, module C. The merchant banking, module D, because merchant banking is a part of financial product and services. So you can see maximum number of questions, around 3 to 4 questions on each topic has been seen in the May 2023 paper. And by this you can easily understand this, that the module C and D is very important, because this is the questions asked in May 2023. But it's not like we are only dependent on module C and D and we are not going to cover module A and B. No, don't do that. Each topic, each module, each unit is very important. We have to cover everything. But it's very obvious, C and D covers the maximum module, covers the maximum syllabus, covers the maximum number of questions as well. So that's why we have to start from the module C and D. And this is what we have done in the paid batches also. In the paid batches, we have started from the module C and D only. Clear? So this is the difference between your subject of Indian economy, Indian financial system, and how to cover that I have told you. I have shown you the particular weightage of the module C and D and what is the difference in the module A, B and the module C, D, because both have the part of 2 different subjects. Now, if you want a proper dedicated batch in which you will be able to cover the detailed syllabus with the conceptual understanding, with the topic wise practice of questions and the full length mock test practice, e-books and PDF, if you want that. This is the English medium bilingual batch, English medium batch, Sankalp batch. That is the first batch started for the your JAIIB preparation, October 2023. Now in this particular batch, first of all you will get conceptual classes, second you will get the topic wise test available, third full length test will be there, ebooks will be there and class PDFs will be also there. Okay, and this batch started from 19th of June. Apart from that, the second batch has been already launched. Those candidates who have not joined yet, if you want to join a fresh batch, this is the fresh batch starting from 3rd of July. Okay, and here we are starting with the AFM subject. With AFM, this batch is starting and the AFM demo session will be available at 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Only on offices are 24/7 on 3rd of July. So you can go and check the demo session here. Okay, that will be available on Officers Adda. And same, all the services will be same in this particular batch also, but the only difference is that batch started on 19th of June and this is going to start from 3rd of July. And right now, as you can see, 81% discount is going on. So it is better for all of you, go and visit the application to enroll there. Okay, so what you do, first of all, do download the application if you do not have application, because there you will get 1% additional discount. After that, go to the JAIIB CIB section. If you want to enroll in the October batch, click here and you will find all the detailed batches. So do check the English medium and bilingual batches very clearly. This is bilingual, this is English medium, this is bilingual, this is English, and this is bilingual again. So if you want to join the Sankalp second batch, this is the batch. If you want to join Sankalp first batch, this is the batch. So click on the particular batch, do read all the details. After reading all the details, click on the buy now option. When you click on the buy now option, you can see here the code MEAT is already applied here. And this code MEAT providing you 80% discount. So you can see 80% discount is there. 1% additional discount will be available if you use the coins. Okay, so coins will be available only in application. You will get 1% additional discount. So you have to pay around 3,600 something for this particular batch. Okay, that's the Sankalp second batch. Starting from 3rd of July, that is Monday, and AFM demo sessions will be available for all of you on YouTube. Clear? So this is the information for all of you. Now, if you still have any particular doubt, you can also call on a particular number and ask your query, whatever problem you are facing in. Okay, so you can call on that particular number. You will get the number here. This is the number available. Okay, you can call on this number if you find any kind of issue to enroll in the batch. Right, so this is the information for all of you. Let's end the session here, and do not forget your batch is starting from Monday. So if you are thinking about enrolling, do it soon, because the syllabus is very vast. All the 4 subjects cover the 4 modules and the syllabus is very huge. PPB covers 55 units, Indian economy covers 45 units. So these 2 subjects have a very huge syllabus. So that is very important. We start early. Okay, so last but not the least, if you are new to the channel of Officers Adda 24/7, do not forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that all the upcoming sessions notification be given to you. And also do share the session with your friends and colleagues who are preparing for the same October JAIIB exam. And if you still have any query, you can ask in the comment section. I will be checking your comment and answering them. So thank you for joining the session, and take care all.